Dear students, I welcome you to my English class. Today's topic is the solitary river. We have already discussed from first stanza to fourth stanza in my previous class. In these stanzas, we came to know that our poet William Wordsworth was a poet of nature. While he was passing through the highland of Scotland, he saw a peasant girl. She was reaping, binding the grains, and singing a sweet melodious song. The song overflowed the valley. Poet was deeply impressed by the sweet voice of the girl. He requested his co-travelers to stop there to enjoy the music of the song, and also says to pass gently without disturbing the girl. The girl's song was a sad song, melancholy song. Poet was deeply impressed by the song of the girl. He compares the girl's song with the song of a nightingale and also the song of the cuckoo birds. Nightingale is a singing bird. He sings in the oasis of Arabian desert to give relaxation to the tired travelers. And also again, poet compares the song of the girl with the song of cuckoo. Cuckoo also a singing bird. He sings in the farthest hebrides. In the sea, in springtime, cuckoo springs beautifully. The sweet voice of the cuckoo breaks the silence of the sea. Poet says, the girl's song is far sweeter than the song of the nightingale and the song of the cuckoo. Now, we discuss the paragraph 5. Look at the blackboard and listen. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old unhappy far of things and battles long ago. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old unhappy far of things and battles long ago. Plaintive numbers, sad song. Far of things, distant incidents. Long ago, बहु वर्ष पड़े. From this stanza, from the first line, we understand the poet fails. Will no one tell me what she sings? The poet fails to understand the theme of the song, theme of the girl's song. He asks other passerby, will no one tell me? Says, he asks other passerby to tell him what the girl is singing. What the girl is singing. Then he himself imagines that Then he himself imagines that perhaps the plaintive numbers flow. Perhaps it is a sad song. The girl's song is a sad song. The song is about battles long ago or old unhappy far off things. Poet says the sad song of the girl related to some old unhappy events of the past or the battles which were fought long ago. This para says the first poet fails to understand the girl's song. He asks his ask the other travelers to say him what the theme of the song. Then he himself imagines that the song of the girl is a sad song, melancholy song. The song may be related some old unhappy events of the past or the battles which were fought long ago. Now we discuss the stanza 6. Or is it some more hembulle, familiar matter of today, some natural sorrow, loss or pain that has been and may be again. Familiar, himbulle means ordinary song, sadharana sangita. Familiar matter, jana suna. Some natural sorrow, प्राकृतिक विपर्जय, लॉस और पेन, क्षति बा जंत्रणा, मे बी अगेन भविष्यत रे घटी पारे. From this stanza, now we realize from the poet does not understand the meaning of the song, so he asks his co-travelers to know the meaning of the song. He imagines, guesses himself, poet guesses himself, the song may be some more hembulle, means ए गीतटी गोटे साधारण संगीत ही पारे, familiar matter of today. It may be a familiar matter. The song related to a day-to-day matter. It may be some natural sorrow, प्राकृतिक विपर्जय विषय ही पारे, और loss or pain, कौन सी क्षति व जंत्रणा ही पारे, जंत्रणा जनित ही पारे, जहाँ some natural sorrow or loss or pain that has been, जहाँ घटी जाइछि, और maybe again भविष्यत रे घटी पारे. From these 4 lines, we came to know the poet guesses that the song might refer to some familiar day-to-day matter. Further, the poet apprehends, कवि आशा करछथि, that it might be related to natural calamity. एटा गोटे प्राकृतिक विपर्जय पारे, loss or pain, कौनसी विशेष क्षति बा जंत्रणा जनित ही पारे, that happened or may happen in future, जहाँ घटी जाइछि किंबा भविष्यत रे घटी पारे. So the girl's song is totally a melancholy song, a sad song that impressed the poet very much. Now we discuss the stanza number 7. Whatever the theme, the maiden song, as if her song could have no ending, I saw her singing at her work and over the sickle bending. Theme, whatever the theme. Theme means subject, কথা বস্তু. Maiden song. Maiden, unmarried girl, অবিবাহিত ঝিও. No ending means যাহার সমাপ্তি নাহি. I saw her singing at her work. Sickle, a tool for cutting grain. যাহাକୁ দা ବୋଲି କୁହାଯାଏ. In these 4 lines, we are able to know, poet does not know the theme of the maiden song, does not understand the theme of the maiden song, but he was deeply impressed by the sweet voice of the girl. He apprehends that it may be a sad song, and the music of the song attracts the poet very much. So the poet says, whatever the theme of the maiden song, se jhiyatiro gita jaha hona kahinki, the song is an excellent one. It could have no ending. Poet saw the girl singing at her work over the sickle bending. The girl holding a sickle in her hand, and by bending, noigari, she was cutting the grain by the sickle. So, poet says, whatever may be the theme of the song is an excellent word. The song attracts me very much. The poet says, whatever the theme of the song may be, but it seems as if her song had no ending. He saw her singing while reaping the grains, bending over the sickle. That is the theme of the gist of the stanza number 7. I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. I listened motionless. Motionless means without moving, without walking, nischala. Still, without motion means stabdha hoy, stand still. The music in my heart I bore. Bore means bohan kariba, bohan karuthila. Long after it was heard no more. Long after it was heard no more. No more, ଆଉ ନ ଶୁଣିବା. The meaning of these 4 lines of the last stanza, 8. I listened motionless and still. Poet stood the highland motionlessly and still he heard the song of the girl. For some time he heard the song of the girl as he mounted up the hill. से पहाड़ ऊपर चढ़िया पर्यंत झीलटीर संगीत शुणुथिले. But when he mounted up the hill and across the hill, the music, he heard no more the music of the God. He heard no more the song of the God. So he says, the music in my heart I bore. He bore the music of the song. Long after it was heard no more. ଯଦିଓ ସେ ଶୁଣିପାରୁ ନଥିଲେ ତଥାପି ସେ ସଙ୍ଗୀତକୁ ହୃଦୟରେ ଧାରଣ କରିଥିଲେ forever. From these four lines we are able to know the poet listened to the girl song standing there silently. Then he started climbing the hill. After crossed the hill, the girl's song echoed again and again. He heard no more the song, but the girl's song echoed again and again in his heart. Even though he could not hear it, ଯଦିଓ ସେ ଶୁଣିପାରୁ ନଥିଲେ ତଥାପି the girl's song echoed again and again in his heart. The melodious song of the girl had left an everlasting impression in his mind. Poet says he could bear the song of the girl, music of the girl forever. This is the last stanza of famous poet William Wordsworth, The Solitary Reaper. You listen it and also read it. You learn it by your heart, and like poet, you should remember the theme of the song forever, because it is a beautiful poem of William Wordsworth, who is known as poet of nature. So now the class is over. You should learn the poem by heart and answer all the questions given in our books in the exercises. Thank you all for watching my class silently and mindfully.